Hi, this is CJ Sims with Red Smoke Shop, and we welcome you to Smoke Signals, a podcast series that Red and I decided to create. And we have the honor of inviting one of our partners and good friends from Grapes and Rye. We have Rachel and Lawrence.
Hey, glad to be here.
For having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here. So, we have been wanting to just have time where we don't have to do a whole lot of work every time we're together.
Right, we're always working.
Always working. And this is our time. So, some questions Red and I thought of is that we're both married to the business. So
Yes.
tell me this, either one of you, what happened first, the business or love?
Definitely love.
It was definitely loud. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've owned a few businesses, but we actually met in our corporate jobs. And so we fell in love. And then through just our passions, our connections, this current business, Grapes and Rye, evolved. And so, with my previous background in being an entrepreneur and our love for drinks and educating folks, it just all blossomed. So
Yeah, it's so cool. And see, I did not know that. And I'm going to tell you, y'all going to laugh, but it was business for us first.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yes. Brother man wanted to start a business, and he came to me as a business coach.
Yeah.
And it was right after COVID.
Yes.
And he told me he wanted to open a cigar lounge. And I said, based on your experience, I didn't think it was a bad idea. The timing was the bad idea. I said, I don't think a lot of people are going to come to a new lounge. So we came up with the idea of bringing the cigars to the people.
Yes.
Did that the first year. It kicked off. It was so popular. Then he asked
Then
me,
I said, let's go to breakfast.
and I was like, I don't date my clients.
And then I said, when you come to breakfast with me, you'll never regret it. And from that point on, we've been locked at the hip.
Yeah.
And hip stuff.
I know that's right.
And so we started dating, and I started helping with the business. We'd go to the events together. And it was really cool to see how he embraced this whole concept. So that leads me to ask you guys, how did you decide on who was going to do what? Like, did you use your strengths, or you said, look, no, I need this role, you do this role?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I think they had this little natural separation, of
Right.
course. I've always loved making drinks.
Yeah.
And so kind of being mixologist and coming up with different recipes and flavors and the passion for that kind of naturally migrated my way. And like I said, her background is in marketing. And she started a couple of businesses. So she leaned more into partnerships and to making sure that we have people to sell our product to.
Right.
So kind of just naturally did its separation.
Yeah. And I'm a natural creator. He's really good with logistics, so he does the logistics parts. I'm the creative piece of it, thinking beyond the box and how do we make our product, our services, and experiences unique. So that was the natural piece. And then there were some things that was like, okay, you got more time to do this, and I get to be sitting back around 9 to 5. So there were a few conversations about, some things as well. So
Yeah. So, what do you say your role is?
My role is to take care of the money and do the taxes and order the materials.
Okay.
And we also collaborate on doing reels. Like my wife, she's an expert on social media and marketing.
No.
She handles that piece. And I handle the ordering materials and handle the money piece of it. But we come together, and when we're making a reel or video, we discuss what type of music to use, what type of shots to put in our videos and our reels, or what videos to take all together. So
Yeah, I do think he's a creative though, because he's very picky about the music. He has to feel it. And if he doesn't feel it, he's like, you need to go back to the drawing board.
yes,
So, and I'm more kind of like the logistics. I want to get it done. I'm like, it's about timing. And I learned though over the years to appreciate that someone has to be the logistic person, and somebody's got to be crew.
yeah.
That's the only way it's gonna work, right? So it makes me think too, when you have the business and then you got your relationship over here, how do you keep things separate if, you're having a conflict at work because you're working together, or if you have a conflict at home? How do you keep that balance and separate?
I know this is gonna sound really weird, and when we tell people we're talking about a relationship, we don't argue.
Yeah.
We don't argue. I mean, not that we agree on everything, but we have been blessed to not have that as a part of our like relationship, like a conflict in those ways. And we have a dedicated night for date night. It's every Monday night. So we, try and like really focus on our relationship. And then Tuesday evenings, we have our team meeting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like being able to separate and setting aside and ensuring that, both sides are like nurtured and poured into goes a long way. So,
I love that.
I love, and I think that we both love peace.
yes.
Again, it's not about not disagreeing, but we don't let things fester.
Yeah.
Whether it's regarding the business or our personal life, it's like it might be an uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And let's try to get through it. And stuff.
Okay, I'm good. Are you good? Oh, good. It's good. I love you. Let's keep this train moving now.
Kind of like our twins because we're the same way. The ultimate goal is the peace.
Yeah.
And so we will do what is necessary to keep it. And I think that gives the energy to keep the business strong and the relationship strong. But we're going to start doing Monday night, date night though. I like that.
Yeah.
And I did try to, because the Monday Night Football, I did try to move it, and that was not never going to be harder. I did.
Don't happen in the
I said, let's do it on Thursday, but like, no.
I don't have the football package, so we don't have to worry about that.
I do have
On Thursday for free.
That's true.
On Friday, that's it.
And that was not by design, y'all. It just happened that way. But so, if you were to speak to a group of individuals who are about to get married and they want to do business, what advice would you give them? Or what 3 things that just off the top of your head you say, hey, you need to know this before y'all do it?
That's a very good question.
Well, number one, I think I would try to find something, like I said, where both of you can work together. And it's not any type of, religious or personality conflict of what, the business you're trying to start. Because having your partner there, your life partner working with you, I think is a really good benefit because they kind of know your ins and outs a little bit more, and they can find ways to support you and help you in areas. So definitely, number one, try to find something where you both can work passionately together and lean in on each other's strengths. That's the number one thing I would suggest.
And I would just being honest with each other, and your mate. You know where your strengths lie. You know the complications of your marriage. If you have communication issues within your marriage, bring in someone that's going to help you all communicate on the business side. Don't start a business where you are not on the same page, that you're having friction, because guess what? It will be visible to Sunball.
It's so true, especially in what we do.
Yes, exactly. And 2, like if you start to bring on staff, things will become very complicated and people will be like, oh, mom and dad are fighting, like it's, so lean into just knowing what your relationships, like the standard of what your relationship is and what you, any issues that you already have and you're facing. Not saying to hold off until your relationship is perfect, because sometimes, it just is what it is. But walking into a business with a partner, it's important that you know what your weaknesses are, so that you can have someone to help to navigate those.
Yeah, I think you said a very key thing about identifying your weakness and know how to navigate. So when, for example, taxes isn't my thing. I want it taken care of, but I don't want to do it.
Right.
And so he comes into play. But we both, with our schedules being so busy, we don't have the bandwidth to do the housekeeping. So we hire somebody for that. Are there things that y'all agree on? You're like, we're going to just go ahead and subcontract that out.
Yeah, most recently is within accounting.
Yeah.
Because I'm responsible for the taxes, but like I said, we had 9 to 5, and we just needed help.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that, we reached out to someone and they're helping us make sure that's done. And that's a big weight that we can focus on other areas of the business Same thing with housekeeping. We have somebody that comes in, helps clean the house.
Right, we got this big old house, and I already knew. He said, "Who gonna clean these floors? Somebody that I paid, because I'm not gonna do it, and I don't expect for you to do it, right?" So, you know, like even in a household, if you know both of you are always on each other for the tasks that are supposed to happen in the household, you're like, "Well, you were supposed to do this. Well, you were supposed to do this." Well, guess what? That is a key signal in walking into a business that you need someone that can be an administrator to alleviate that, where you all aren't pointing fingers at each other. Someone else can follow up with you, because if you're fighting about the household chores and fighting about the business chores and tasks,
Nothing's gonna get done.
You know,
it's gonna get done.
Yeah, and I would say one of my key things about the three is communication. Communication is one, and get into a business that you both love. For example, when somebody asked me, "Your wife rolls cigars?" I said, "She rolls them and she smokes."
I know that's
So I got the best of both worlds, right? And she's the out of box thinker too. So, and both of you need to have imagination, you know, and don't get stuck in what you think things should look like for your business. So I think that's a key.
Yeah,
Piece.
Rachel and I were talking about a partnership project we're working on, and you know, she was telling me how they've always done things right, and I was like, how do they know that, right? And she and I are both like, yeah, how do they know? How do they know, right?
Yeah.
And I think in business, well, you know what, even in relationships, if you just go in assuming, that could be dangerous.
yes.
You back to the effective communication, but also just be open-minded. Don't always think, well, he didn't put the tobacco leaves up, now I'm pissed. You know, it might be because he got a call from a customer, or he had to let the dog out. Just say, I'm gonna take care of the leaves. You know what I'm saying? Or just making sure that things are done so that one, we keep the peace.
Right.
Two, we keep the business moving. And three, we still can enjoy one another.
Keep the love moving.
Keep the love moving.
Yes, I love that one.